ABC360 was formerly English Break. The first name was built on the concept that people could learn English during their break time. The name now runs on the premise that English ought to be as simple as ABC, and it can be learned round the clock. The story of ABC 360 all began with a Chinese couple's search for better English-speaking skills. Like all other Chinese students and professionals, Mr. and Mrs. Jing Li were trying to improve their communication skills. At that opportune time, they met Miss Lois Gabriel online. They eventually became student and teacher respectively. However, Jing Li, also known as Sean, had a dream to make English accessible for all students in China. He noticed that the biggest problems hindering Chinese speakers, like his wife and him, from being able to communicate fluently using English were time and money. The seed of an idea of ABC 360 started at that time. Sean and Lois began the English Break online English school in 2011. The company had only 3 teachers back then, and all of them were home-based. There were about 70 students during English Break's first month. The school was truly a labor of love, and its beginnings were very humble.
In the daytime, we have to do a lot of marketing works. At that time, we really did not know how to do the online marketing. So we had to talk with our clients one by one. We try to convince them to enroll in our website. Sometimes, if you are lucky, yes, after you talked with them for 2 or 4 hours, they became your client. But sometimes they did not.
The team worked hard together in looking for teachers and students and in making the website. The difficulty did not deter them in their quest to make English accessible for all. They left no stone unturned to realize their vision, to provide jobs to Filipino teachers and give quality online English education to students. At one time, the CEO even had to book slots to make sure that the teachers had students to teach.
In the evening, I became a student, so I even studied for 10 or 12 slots every evening, and then of course I had to pay for it.
By the end of the year, English Break had found its first one-room teaching center on the 4th floor of the Lyman Ogilvy Centrum in Baguio City, Philippines, and hired its first office-based teachers. Training was conducted and the quality of lessons improved as connections and power supply problems were weeded out. English Break moved to a bigger office in the same building by the end of 2013, and by that time, the student-teacher ratio increased to 1 teacher catering to about 10 to 15 students a day. The student population also increased from 70 to 300 a day. English Break found a steady rise in both its students and teacher count by 2013. The company had about 500 students learning every day and employed about 40 office-based teachers. English Break then skyrocketed to fame by being chosen as one of the top 10 English schools in China out of 100. It changed its name to ABC 360 in order for students to be able to say and remember the name more easily. It also opened its doors to provide services not only to our own students, but also to other English institutions.
ABC 360 has indeed opened many windows of opportunities, and I have no regrets being part of this company. With the vision English for All, it did not only give better chances to our students who want to be proficient at speaking the English language, but also to our tutors. Sean believes that Filipinos are very talented and can speak English fluently.
Day by day, more teachers were employed by the company, and to accommodate this growing number of our teaching staff, ABC360 opened a branch at Camp John Hay in Baguio City, where our teachers from the Rocky and iShow accounts share their knowledge with many Chinese learners. ABC360 boomed in both its student and tutor population, with over 3,000 students learning and about 200 teachers teaching each day. ABC360 moved to its new main office on the 4th floor basement of Quezon Hotel Plaza in Baguio City, where it continues to provide English for all. Every day, the market is growing, and the vision English for all never stops. So with a city-based online school situated in Baguio, we are now gearing towards country-based with the foundations of a new office located in Manila. With the advent of technology, the world has opened a lot of possibilities. Now, we extend an invitation to native English speakers to teach with us because we know that they can train students to be globally competent. Within Asia, Chiang Mai, Thailand, is also a strategic location to provide the service. The expansion in Thailand started with just 3 home-based tutors and 10 online students. The number of teachers has steadily increased since those days. ABC360 has now given students more options to learn English from diverse learning instructors. Basing on his own experience, the founder of ABC360 is clearly aware that a new language, when properly mastered, greatly enlarges one's vision. For a long time, English, mainly reading and writing, is being taught with textbooks in traditional setting or brick-and-mortar institutions. However, resources for education are greatly uneven in different areas. Even in areas where people get educated without much hindrance, education is largely reduced to the repetitive task of getting good scores to advance to the next stage. Educational content and instructions are predominantly uniform, while the students themselves have various learning needs and styles, as well as different perspectives. In the case of English, students in China are faced with the prevailing problem: paper-dependent English or dumb English. Today, thanks to the internet and computer technology, we have a chance to change this situation. The world hasn't been so closely connected and strongly propelled than ever before. With efficient internet connection, excellent English tutors meet their students and provide each of them with highly personalized courses. With the help of the internet, ABC360 is on its way to the realization of its dream: English for all. Everybody could afford high-quality English classes, and learning is no more a toil. English is a global language. Without it, we could be missing a lot of opportunities, which is why more non-native speakers want to learn English. However, the things that hinder them most from learning English are time and money. ABC360 is able to provide quality classes at an affordable rate and in their convenient time. Because of ABC360, learning English is extremely convenient, efficient, and enjoyable. With a good command of English, people around the world are able to communicate freely and effectively. The bright ideas in one's head could be shared more widely among people, and the value of everyone could be better realized. ABC360 aspires to expand its target market with this vision, and soon we can realize our dream, English for all. Since its inception a few years ago, ABC360 has realized what the most valuable beliefs are that guide the company to a bright future. ABC: achieving, believing, caring. Actions speak louder than words. The guiding principle of ABC360 in doing everything is being responsible for the outcome. To make a promise is easy. However, to realize the promise, or even make it more than expected, demands efforts. We respect those people who provide sound quality in their work. It doesn't matter how much they talk about it. What's important is what they've done. As to the company itself, it is believed that being stronger is undoubtedly more important than being bigger. Setting a goal is one thing. Achieving it is another. Therefore, we value our teaching quality as the most fundamental one among all the factors. Our tutors must undergo strict and professional training to be able to give quality of classes. And the quality of classes is constantly observed from feedback of multiple channels. The guideline for both the company and its people is, let the outcomes speak for everything. Passion is for those who have dreams. We just have to believe. The dream of ABC360 is to provide more satisfying English learning experience and eventually to establish a world with better communication. With passion, people in ABC360 are able to overcome every challenge. The IT department are working to create better platform for classes and for management. The service department are helping thousands of students with the problems they encounter every day. The education department are editing practical and up-to-date materials for better experiences in classes. For a teacher, passion may come from the gratification of sharing with your students the world seen from your eyes, as well as leading them to see it with their own. Passion makes you devoted to each class you have and gives you the strength to create something wonderful for both you and your students. Passion makes you believe that you can. Cooperation entails consideration for others. In our world today, we win only when we win as a team. The primary consideration for our customers is the constant improvement of our instructions and the continuing improvement of the company. Another consideration for students is the teacher's sustained improvement and refinement of class delivery. Putting oneself in other shoes helps the team to operate as one unit. Our actions makes us achieve. Our passion makes us believe. And it's through cooperation that we truly show we care.